much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, please sit down. Hi, everyone. It's Friday Night Live. Welcome to PNN. All my YouTube subscribers and subscribers to be. It is the last day of May 2024. We are living in historic times, as we are all well aware. I want to thank you for taking time out on your busy Friday night to be with me. There are other places you could be, but you chose to be with me and us. We have Terry being the producer tonight. It's always nice when Terry can join us. Shout out to Terry. Come on, good applause. Shout out to Terry. You can applaud yourself. She's being humble. I guess not. So let me know how you're doing, how your day went. I was correct in saying that he would be found guilty, but I was surprised that it was on all counts. Anybody else?
Nailed it. Nailed it.
I love the nailed it too. StreamYard is fun. So I have a few things to say about how this is being received by the media in general and certain people in general. I want people to feel, this is my own desire. I want us to be able to feel like however we take it in and however we feel we want to respond is perfectly fine. Because I'm hearing a whole lot of, well, you shouldn't be celebrating. Well, you shouldn't feel like this. Well, you shouldn't feel like that. Is anybody with me? Has anybody heard a lot of that? Like, well, you really shouldn't be happy. Don't be happy. Don't feel how you want to feel. I just want you to just know that as far as, our friendships, our virtual friendships, and as far as I'm concerned, as your friend, Annette Dion on the Psychic News Network, feel how you want to feel. I'm having a big problem with the media telling us, well, you should feel like this. Shut up, right? Yeah. Electra Storm is saying when I hear that, I give them a big smile and tell them to stuff it. As I often do, as much as I appreciate Rachel Maddow, when the news came out yesterday, it wasn't even a half an hour that had elapsed before she was going into this really negative diatribe about how, this is very, very, very bad. Give us, and this has happened before, because we've been through this kind of thing before with E. Jean Carroll and Letitia James, and we really are going through it. And for God's sake, if we feel like we want to exhale and go, wow, what a relief. And when you feel relieved, you feel like celebrating. Yeah, she's a Debbie Downer, and I stopped listening to her, and it's too bad, because she's so brilliant and so highly talented, and I don't know why she has a need to just, dramatize. And anyway, I was very, very happy. I felt a shift, and it's like, of course the caution is there, but we're aware what's going on. I felt a shift with the libertarian booing. That's what we'll call it. Yeah, I stopped watching Rachel Maddow. Once in a while, and I don't want to discredit. She wrote some masterful works and Prequel and Ultra, and I highly, highly recommend that. I feel sorry for her wife if she brings good news to Rachel. I highly recommend what Rachel has put out there. I don't want to discredit her because she's very gifted. So I felt the shift with the libertarian boos over the last weekend. I can't believe that was last weekend. This week has flown by really quickly. And then this morning, when I saw later on, it was at 11 that he decided to call a press conference. And when I saw him, gosh, his hair was disheveled. He looked like he hadn't slept in a week. His thoughts were disjointed. he started going off, like talking about these people speak in different languages, and then I think he might have mentioned, I'm not for sure, about crime, being up, and like completely the opposite of what's really going on. Crime is not up, crime is down since Biden took office. And he's not well. That press conference looked like he was on a bender. He looked drunk. Yeah, I agree, Elector Storm, and we're going to kind of take a look at that, because I really felt like he hadn't slept in a long time. He has his hair yellow again. It was very bad. I mean, he seemed really. Wildflower Wind is saying it was fantastic. I'm just talking about the way that he looks really bad. Oh, Warren's alerting me to have a group hug now, because there's 200 in attendance already. Well, thanks for coming. That doesn't usually happen that fast. Yeah, we'll do that momentarily. It's remarkable what's happening, and I stand by what I said. I've been saying all along, I don't see him on the ballot. He kept repeating himself. He always does. I don't see him on the ballot. I see a complete meltdown in the summer. Didn't watch either. Can't stand his voice yet. His voice is really hard to listen to now, and he's feeling very desperate. I'm amazed that the Republicans are sticking with him, but I see a health crisis, and among other things. So anyhow, Warren's calling for a group hug, so let's do that. I'd like to think of something to focus on when we do the group hug. So you can focus on whatever you want. I'm just going to make a suggestion that we do a group hug and we feel the connection with one another virtually, and we think about Americans waking up to the danger and getting activated to elect Joe Biden. The message getting out that Biden is the best. Biden is the best. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Group hug! We've got Snoopy and Charlie Brown. All right. That reminds me that I did see, I'm not sure where Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were yesterday. I don't know. Does anybody know where they were? I want to say Wisconsin, but I think that's wrong. And the crowd was cheering and screaming, and it sounded like the Beatles. It was like the crowd was really, really excited about Biden and Kamala Harris. And I heard Kamala Harris saying that one thing that they're working on, this is one thing the Biden administration is working on that I just want to, this is one of many, 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 many things that the Biden administration is accomplishing for the American people, because they recognize that they're working for the American people. They're trying to make life, well, no, they're making life easier for the American people. So I don't know what the bill is or what they've passed legislation about. You cannot be rejected from buying a car, renting an apartment, buying a house or whatever, if you have had high medical bills that just threw you into bankruptcy or whatever. Your people won't be able to say, if you had all that medical emergency situation, they can't use that against you. I don't know what it's called. I kind of heard it in the background, but these are the kinds of things. Getting rid of junk fees, giving more people health care, and giving people lower prices on prescription drugs. The list is endless. And I think, you can't have medical bills reported on your credit. That's what it is. Thank you, Rose. Because I just heard a little bit of it, but that's what it is. You can't have your medical bills reported on your credit files anymore. So that's amazing. Thank you, Christine. You're very sweet. So it's such an interesting situation that we're in. We see two polar opposite. They couldn't be any more opposite. Thomas is saying the warden threw a party in the county. I might need my glasses for this. In the county jail, the prison band was there, and they began to wail. Oh, Jailhouse Rock. Okay, got it. They're polar opposites. They couldn't be any more polar opposite. It's so fascinating to me. And I've said it before, and I want to mention it again because it's worth mentioning again. We can put in play for empowerment the law of contrast, which means when there's something going on that you surely don't want, 100%, 150%, that you just know you definitely don't want, then the necessary energy that energy that you're pulling away from that can be used to put into what you do want. It's a very powerful practice. I have been in the practice recently, and I'm telling you this because it will help. And I mentioned it before. Whenever I hear somebody saying, oh, well, if he gets back in the White House, off it goes. I do not allow myself to go into thinking, when I hear Project 2025, off it goes. Off it goes. Inhalers for $10 a month. That saves lives. So Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and the administration are doing the job that they were elected to do. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Just turn your head from what you don't want and put a lot of energy in detail. See the American people coming together. Think about Midas Touch and all the other pro-democracy channels. I think about them having 3 million subscribers, and I think on their show last night, they had 27,000 people watching. That's a lot of people. God wants SCOTUS to overturn the verdict with it happens. Can you retype that, Clarence? Oh, God wants SCOTUS to overturn the verdict when it happens. Okay, I'm a little confused. Anyway, I want you to know how my day started. It was really interesting. Because I usually, as soon as I get up, and I get up very early, as soon as I get up, I turn on Morning Joe, and for some reason, sorry about the noise. For some reason, when I turn on Morning Joe on my iPad, at that very instant, and I don't listen to Apple Music, but at that very instant, I have a recording of that Don Henley song, The End of the Innocents. The same time I clicked on the news, The End of the Innocents, which is one of my favorite songs, I love that song, was playing in the background at the same time. And because it was so random and so odd, and that never happens when I open my iPad, that it instantly plays a song, but it was playing what's on my playlist, The End of the Innocents, as I was tuning in to see what they were going to say about Donald Trump being found guilty, and I took that as a message. The end of the innocence. Not that he was innocent, but the end of him being perceived as being innocent. The guides have spoken. Bah, bah, bah. Anyway, I thought that was really fascinating. Those things don't really throw me for a loop, but it did a little bit. It did. Jailhouse dad joke. Prison might be one word to you, but to some people it's a whole sentence. But what's that whistle called? It's not a penny whistle. Something else. Where shall we begin? Please hit the thumbs up, and thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Where shall we begin? Let's start with the. We're not going to read the nefarious cards just yet. They're coming. Don't worry. We're going to pick 3 cards. Please pray for Judge Mershon and all the judges. Please pray for the jurors. Please pray for the FBI and law enforcement. Okay, I'm just reading. Who am I? Hang on. Let me just read what's here. Who you all in on? Clarence is not a troll. It's Clarence. We can't read. There's a lot of typos, so we're having a hard time reading what you're saying. That's why you've been mistaken for a troll. No worries. We won't cancel you. Okay. We're gonna read on Judge Michon. We're gonna read on where he is, what he's thinking. I really get that man being a judge is his calling. I get that very strongly. The Judge Michon feels to me like he has a really remarkable ability to keep an even keel. To just keep an even keel. So let's no, Clarence is not a troll. I'm just having a hard time reading what he's writing because there's a lot of typos. Sometimes people are typing in the dark or, with no glasses. I can type in the dark because I can type, but not everyone can. It takes classes to do that. I feel like I'm a little bit... Okay, there. Clarence, not Clarence. Judge Michon. Okay, Judge Michon, it looks like this is what I'm feeling. There's behind the scenes discussions about security. Like secret security in the sense I'm thinking about Judge Michon and all the crazy death threats. Whenever I think about the crazy death threats, all I can think about is Russia. And the Queen of Pentacles, this is interesting too, because I think even though this case is about election interference, and I feel like Judge Michon is thinking about the women, and it might be that Judge Michon is thinking about not only what Trump did, not only to his daughter, Judge Michon's daughter, getting death threats now, which is, just existing. But ergo, I can never say the other judge's name because I get it mixed up with the president of Hungary. But anyway, Letitia James, the law clerk, the judge's assistant. And I feel like Judge Michon is really taking into consideration that he has to give Trump a very appropriately stiff sentence because of what he's done to women. And that I have this sense that Judge Michon does not tolerate misogyny. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate that. Hello, Bella. Thank you to all of you who donate. Much appreciate. And donate your presence, your loving presence. I think this is going to turn out worse for Trump than he probably thinks. Although I do feel like Trump is pretty shaken. Definitely, that was clear. But I do see that Judge Michon is very much focused on protection, on police protection, and more than I realized, focused on giving Trump the appropriate punishment. He might know more about Trump's background with being a sex addict and into young girls and, the E. Jean Carroll thing. And he's been convicted of sexual assault, which was really rape. So anyway, the Wheel of Fortune indicates he's not going to go easy on Trump. I don't feel like he's going, Sissy's like, is he going to Rikers for 6 months? No, I'm not picking that up. I am picking up that even though the sentence will be appropriately a stiff sentence, And it really feels like a lot of that, it has to do with Judge Merchan's witnessing Trump's misogyny. I feel like that's going to kind of dovetail with Trump's health collapsing. So then that might affect what the sentence he serves actually ends up being. Why did the prisoner break his own watch? He wanted to serve time. Thomas, we should tip you. If I made more, I would tip you. I'd send you a check. You think Trump isn't bad-mouthing David Pecker because he knows a lot about Trump? Yes, that's true. Todd Blanche went on CNN and made an absolute fool out of himself. I don't know. I don't understand where the embarrassment wiring in the brain is, why it doesn't exist. Like, where their sense of not wanting to make a fool out of themselves, where that is, why they don't have that. Because, I mean, I was thinking of Joe Tacopina today and how he finally exited stage left or right or whatever. Tacopina quit being Trump's lawyer because, I don't know, he had to come to Jesus moment. And I think, remember when the Holy Jean Carroll thing was going on? And the women in New York, let's hear it for New York. Woo! Let's hear it for the people of New York City. When there was a woman there in New York City. And they were like, not just one, there was a bunch of women there screaming, Tacky Tacopina, Tacky Tacopina. I think that really got to him. And then he quit because he had shame. But Todd Blanche has no shame. I mean, to just get on CNN or whatever, wherever they get on, and Newsmax and Fox, that's easy for them because the host, the interviewer, will just go right along with all the incredible lies. But yeah, let's read on Todd Blanche. We'll just stick with these cards for a sec. Let's read on Todd Blanche's fate. Because, I mean, they're acting like, oh, well, Trump they did this before, too. I mean, it's starting like we know the drill now. We get it. Oh, Trump didn't get a chance. It wasn't a fair trial. He didn't get a chance. He could have had his kids testify. He said he was going to testify. All he had was his, what's his name? Costello? Do I have the name right? Was that his name? The guy, yeah, that was his name. The big gruff, you know what that was about? If you want to know what I think, it's probably why you're here, right? If you want to know what I think about why they made that stupid decision to put that buffoon of a bully, Robert Costello, on the stand, I really strongly felt like it was because Trump was too chicken. And so he picked somebody to get on the stand who would act as much of a bully and an a-hole as Trump would have. It was almost like a surrogate. He needed a surrogate. You go out there and do what I would do. That's all they had. It was so badly put together. It was almost not put together. And Todd Blanche, man, I don't know. Maybe he has no pride at all. Okay. So I'm reading on Todd Blanche and seeing what becomes of him next. Seven of Swords. Challenges. I think that Todd Blanche is going to bail. I thought he was going to quit a while ago. Just being around Trump. The Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. This is what he's going to do. I don't know why. But you're going to continue to see Todd Blanche subject himself to torment amidst all the evidence, all the news, all the communications of the truth. He's going to just sit there and continue to lie, which is concerning. Anyone notice Jim Jordan's kind of quiet? I don't know. I'm not on like Twitter or whatever they call it now. I'm not on all those, so. We can now say Trump the convict. A convicted felon. Good Lord. If you were trying to get a job and you were like, and the questions right on the job application, if you were going for a job, have you ever been convicted of a felony? Donald Trump wouldn't be able to get a job. Yeah, Zach is saying, don't the people around Trump have eyes to see that anything 45 touches turns to mud? You're being so polite. Yeah, I want to look at, okay, time for the nefarious cards. We'll go back to these. The Tarot de St. Croix from my friend Tia. Hi, Tia. I know you're out there lurking. We'll take a look at these. We'll take a look at these. That's my yoga stretch for the day. It's getting nice here in New England. Nice to be outside today. Prison dad joke. Why do prisoners always win at a card game? They have the best hands behind their backs. Did you take out your prison dad jokes tonight? They're great. Blanche will never get paid. Yeah. Now, I don't know if this was actual or if this was symbolic, but I was thinking about these MAGA people that are serving in Congress that have gone down and did a complete turnaround, a complete 180 when they went down to kiss the ring at Mara Lago. And I keep asking myself, am I really getting this right? And we'll take a look at it. I feel like, I don't know, it's weird. I'm just going to tell you what I feel like. When they go to Mar-a-Lago to kiss the ring, I don't know if they're shown a film or something. Let's ask the pendulum. Remember the old cartoons? I think I talked about this before. The old cartoons, I mean, the really old ones, when you'd see a cartoon character and they'd have like spirals in their eyes just if they got knocked out or something. That's what I feel like is going on when those guys go to Mar-a-Lago to kiss the ring. They do a complete turn. And so I was getting the other day that they got death threats and they were promised something, but I'm feeling something really strongly in addition to that. And it feels like they're shown a movie or something, maybe just a short film, and I just feel like they get brainwashed. You love the old cartoons, you know what I mean, right? I'm gonna ask because it's a strong impression, and I know it's crazy because I can't really describe like what it is, but at Mar-a-Lago they probably have a movie room, right? Are they being shown something when they go there to Mar-a-Lago? Not exactly that. It's not exactly that. Okay. So, but you know, it's not saying no. It's not exactly that. It's not a movie. Is there something subliminal that happens? Oh, that's really interesting. That's really interesting. It's not blackmail. I've asked about that many times. It's not a movie. Is it a type of hypnosis? Oh my goodness. Wow. But what I'm talking about is more nefarious. I'm talking about getting in a compromised mental state where they just go along. And I always reference like subliminal seduction. Is it on in the background? I'm going to ask, is there something on in the background? Oh my gosh. Is anybody using a pendulum right now? Sometimes you guys are. Let's read on that. Something happens, and maybe it's good that I have a very small channel. I don't want anything like Men in Black type things, showing up. This is what the guides are showing me. It's like something that's piped in. You know when you're at the mall, you know, when you used to go to the mall, or maybe you still go to the mall, and the music is being piped in the background? That's what I'm feeling. Maybe on the presidential application it should say, "Are you a convicted felon?" Yeah, absolutely, Robert. I totally agree. We need to get involved in changing things. As several, Janice L is saying while they sleep. I'm not feeling like it's all. It might be while they sleep. Sometimes I go down this rabbit hole and it's like, what am I seeing here? But I'm telling you, I've been doing this work over 30 years, and this is a very strong impression that something happens. And sometimes you get a hit when you do this work that's just like, you can't talk me out of it. Just like you can't talk me out of that Trump was Mussolini. It's just too strong with me. Is it piped in their sleep? Well, somebody that actually. Why did the pencil go to jail? Because it was a little sketchy. But tell your friends we do dad jokes and group hugs here. Tell them to subscribe. Come join us. It's affirmative. Yeah, it's affirmative. And I always go back to Russia is it has mastery in psychological warfare, which is much like brainwashing. Nope, it's more than that. Mike is saying they're just weak-minded fools. Yeah, well, that's true. And it's more. Plus more. 3 cards on that. It's been really bugging me for a long time. It's like something happens, you know, and then you do hear people on the news going, what is it that happens? How do they do a 180? What makes them do that? How can you have like a Ted Cruz just bashing Trump and bashing Trump and bashing Trump, and then Trump insults his wife and insults his father, says the most heinous things about Ted Cruz's father, and Ted Cruz and Trump are like enemies, and then all of a sudden he can do no wrong. 3 cards on what. Thank you for telling people to hit the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Okay, Dale gets that Putin has shared his methods with Trump. I get that it comes from Putin. Don Jr. looks higher like a kite. Yeah, Don Jr., I agree. He looks high as a kite. So we're asking about this thing that I'm picking up on. Wow, this is weird. Okay, what I'm asking about is, are they being subjected unknowingly to a subliminal seduction type thing that's kind of like a brainwashing with sounds? I already asked if it was a movie. No, with sounds behind the scenes, sounds that are like being piped in, and now I'm getting an image of, Nauta. Talk about drinking the Kool-Aid. Wow. Ask if Putin case a vote of guilty on Trump. Can you guys check your typing? Just check your typing, please, because I don't know what you're asking. I can figure it out psychically, but I'm focused on this right now. It feels as though it's irreversible, is what it feels like. Sabrina listens to subliminal music, but I do it no. Okay, please check your typing, because I'm trying to read what you're saying and then I don't understand it. I would appreciate it, because I want to validate what you're saying. What I'm getting is it's not reversible. Did Clarence leave? Well, Clarence is taking care of his mom. Yeah, thanks, Clarence, for being here. Don't forget to ask a question next time. So what happens to them when they go to Mara Lago is that, well, first of all, they get promised wonderful things. They get promised fame and fortune and power. So I feel like Trump initially plays on their greed, plays on their need to feel secure in their seats in Congress. And then, I hate this card. It's Bridget Bishop. And then there's no returning. There's no returning. Yogi Bear said a bad word. Annette, Putin, you know what, his pants after the guilty vote. Yeah, and speaking of Putin, prior to the guilty verdict, and I've been feeling this because I've been tuning into Putin and what's going on with Iran, and I don't feel like China's getting too involved, even though China could get involved, President Xi could get involved. I feel like Putin is weak, and I attribute that to that they have, and that they never should have started. That Putin thought that war would be over in 3 weeks, and we're in the third year, right? We're in the third year. Biden was at a memorial for his son yesterday. Oh, so sad. Ukraine is taking back Crimea. Is that factual? After you hear my great song, it's here. It's in your head all. Yeah, please go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com because I have a song about January 6th that I desperately need to get out there, just because I desperately need to help save democracy. Betty's saying they're drinking the Kool-Aid right now and there is no stopping them. Well, what I'm getting is what happens to their minds is irreversible. So you're going to see them. It makes sense, actually. So they go down to Mar-a-Lago. They kind of get kind of a mind control thing happens subliminally. And then in addition to that, I think it works because they're so desperate for power and they're so greedy and they're so narcissistic themselves. And then I feel like they sell their souls and they'll never turn it back around. So what are you saying that you don't believe? Can you believe that? Wait, hang on a second. Trump raised $36 million after his conviction. Trump has a lot of billionaires that no matter what, they're going to give him money. Thomas is asking for a group hug. We just did a group hug. Were you not here? We're hugging again. I can feel it. This is so interesting. Let me tell you what I'm picking up. This is what's so interesting to me is that because they've sold their souls and it feels like it's an irreversible thing that happened with them. Which, when you say someone sold their soul to the devil, they can't really get it back. And so now you're going to see them running around like chickens with their heads cut off, and they're going to be frantic, and they're going to be like, remember I said Eileen Cannon the other night? I was saying it was like she was on hot sand and she was trying to, jump around to get her feet to cool off, that kind of thing. That's what you're going to see from the MAGAs. Are you guys having a low self-esteem night? Are you okay? What's going on? All right, let's do another group hug. I see people here are like feeling sad. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Group hug. Emotional support. We're going to get through this. We are getting through it. Sabrina's saying, is that really possible to sell your soul to the devil? It's just a saying. I don't mean that literally. It's not like the devil comes out of this pitchfork and, steaming with fire and give me your soul. It's not like that. Everyone, pat yourself on the back right now. We're gonna pat yourself on the back and say, "I really am awesome." Just do it. I'll wait. Pat yourself on the back and say, "I really am awesome. I rock." Do it, because that's true. All right, so I've really gone down the rabbit hole here. I'm in a bubble of like, wow, what's like I'm looking in a crystal ball, which is behind me. They are going to be scrambling. Michael's really tired tonight. Go to bed early. That'll help. Drink a lot of water. Make sure you're hydrating. Since they can't turn around, since these MAGAs can't turn around because this is irreversible what's happened to them, they are going to be amping up and ramping up the gaslighting. And that's we have to get ready for that. And so I'm just in a psychic bubble. I'm reading I can see what's going to happen. I can feel it. And keep an eye on it, because I actually think you're going to find it entertaining. When they just keep stumbling and fumbling over their words, you're going to see a lot of train wreck interviews. These MAGAs might just stop doing interviews on the mainstream media like CNN and MSNBC. They might just stop. Prison dad joke. What do you give prisoners for dessert? Jelly beans. Jelly beans. That's pretty good. I'm actually going to pull 3 cards about MAGA. The MAGAs in Congress. I actually feel like with this that's coming up, they're going to be all in, making absolute idiot fools out of themselves. They have no shame. They've lost all sense of reason and decency, and they're just going to go on these shows. Wait till Sunday. Wait till I might take some time on Sunday to check out some of the Sunday. You know how they have, even though I have a problem with ABC and NBC, but anyway, I might have to hear what they're going to say, because watch the news shows over the weekend when they're interviewing these MAGAs that are in Congress. It's going to be one for the history books, or many for the history books. I'm going to pull 3 cards. The American people, I can feel it, are going to get extremely pissed off. Extremely pissed off. I can feel it. And I see them indicted too. And the other night I was reading on them. I was remembering this today, when I was reading on the MAGAs in Congress. And what kind of triggered me thinking about this was that Marjorie Taylor Greene, after the conviction, she posted the American flag upside down. That is treason. She swore an oath to defend and protect the United States of America. Yeah, Face the Nation and the other one, the Kristen Welker, Meet the Press. I can't watch them, so I'll probably go to watching the clips, because they're just so bad. But you're going to see the MAGAs just making absolutely no sense. So I actually see the American people being very angry at them. People that are normal are going to be very angry. Now let's bring to mind this. In 2020, Trump was, chugging along, being a big fat jerk bully that nobody could stand him except his MAGA fans. And Trump, if COVID didn't happen, would have been reelected. But what happened was enough of the American people were pissed as hell. And that's how he lost. What I said about Morning Joe Kitty Holler, just to go back to that, was I usually flick on the news in the morning just to see what they're saying. You know, it just happens to be I watch MSNBC as much as I complain about them. And when I turned it on this morning, my Apple Music flipped on for some weird reason, and it was playing that Don Henley song, "The End of the Innocents," which I thought, I'm not alone. Never alone. You're never really alone. So COVID was a reason. Enough of the American people were really angry at Trump for just letting people die and not managing the pandemic, not even just throwing out the pandemic book, and just like it was absolute chaos. Well, people are going to be that angry. I know. Oh my God, Kitty Holler. It was pretty amazing. Pretty amazing spirit guidance there, right? This morning. Anyway, kind of forgot what I was reading. I'm reading on the MAGAs, and this is what we're going to see. I feel like subpoenas are coming. Prison dad joke, breaking news. Energizer Bunny arrested, charged with battery. We love you, Thomas. It really does help. You guys, I think you've intimidated other people because your dad jokes are so funny that people don't want to put up their own. Or they just think it's a Thomas thing. Damon's not here tonight. A family member is not here. I have the Nine of Swords and I have the Devil. They are not. Oh my gosh! They're all going to be. These MAGAs are going to be. The senators and representatives are going to be so stressed. So stressed. Swearing an oath means nothing to them. They've violated their oaths. And Michelle Obama lost her mom today. Oh, that's sad. Let's have a moment for Michelle Obama. Yeah, that's hard. She was really close to her mom. Okay. Janice finally showed up. Hi. It's going to get tough for the MAGAs in Congress. The Devil card is here, and the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords indicates sleepless nights. They have nothing to stand on. Their foundation is very, very shaky, and it's getting shakier. And now that Trump is a convicted felon, they don't know what to do with this. And so what they're counting on is they're counting on lying enough and gaslighting enough. And I told you this several months ago. You will not believe how much gaslighting and lying is coming. And that was like 6 months ago. It's going to be all over the place. And so I see these MAGAs having sleepless nights. They made a deal with the devil. I told you, they sold their souls to the devil. In a manner of speaking. Oh, Raskin was on and they're fed up. Yeah. Not only are they fed up, the Democrats, and anger is a great motivator. Just so you know, constructive anger is very powerful. Righteous anger is very powerful. And I have temperance, which is about, they have the evidence. The DOJ has the evidence. They are methodically getting closer, bit by bit. The hourglass of time is running out. Where's my hourglass? I was going to get out my prop. And wow. Just like that. Just like that trombone. Wow. Ooh, baby. That's really intense. Get your waders on. You know what's going to get deep. Yeah, get ready. Now, I'm going to read on this. I don't know if Marjorie Trader Green was the only, the target letters should be going out soon. Kind of like July, middle of summer. Trump gets sentenced on July 11th. Can we just have a moment of glee? Let's have a moment of glee. Not that I'm trying to tell you how you feel, but I know you're with me on this. Not to change the subject. Are you gonna? I'm on a different topic, Warren. And around July, it feels like around July they're going to get letters, if not sooner. Yeah. Now, Marjorie Trader Green, I love the applause. I feel famous when you do that. Marjorie Trader Green, did any others display or depict on social media an upside down? People in Congress. Did any? Don't worry, CM. He's gonna appeal. He appeals everything. This is not. Don't even let your thoughts go there. Do yourself a favor. Did anybody else display the upside down flag that's in Congress on social media? Does anybody know? Anger is a low vibrating trait. Well, you turn righteous anger into action. I'm talking about the energy of anger for injustices that are done that give you the energy. I feel very strongly about that, Carrie. So I hope you understand what I'm saying. I just hope you understand. Boebert did too. Johnson has a flag like a leader. Yeah, okay. A long time ago, and I've said it repeatedly, I asked about, a lot of people were asking me, why Donald Trump? Why Donald Trump? Why Donald Trump? And in no uncertain terms, in the same kind of voice that I heard in my head, that when people were asking me about COVID, that same kind of thing. When the guide said, this was early on, this was March, April 2020, the guide said, Annette, there will be 1 million people dead from COVID before we get a handle on it. And that same kind of guide. That same kind of guide said to me, I don't hear a voice, it's just a sentence that comes in. Said to me, the reason for Trump is because we need to strengthen our democracy. And then another time I had that same voice in my head when I was praying, please, what was I saying? Save us from Trump, right? That was like 6 months ago. And I felt like the voice of God said, I already did. So I hope I'm making you feel better, because these are really strong impressions. And with them hanging the flag upside down, we cannot stand for that, which will strengthen our democracy, that we say we will not stand for that. We can't just sit around and do nothing. And Jessica Craven with Chop Wood, Carry Water always has petitions, so sign up for her Substack. Sign up for our Substack too, Grassroots Democracy Group, please. Prison dad joke, why would Lincoln never go to jail? Because he was absolutely I try not to wear my glasses, but because he was absolutely innocent. You win. All right. I'm going to actually pull 3 cards on MAGA Mike. Michael Steele had the best comment. We know who wears the flags in the Alito family. I know, right? We cannot, as a nation, we cannot let them fly the flag of let's end democracy and just be like, oh, well, believe me. Yeah, I pray every day to stop him. Trump is going to get stopped by his health crisis. MAGA Mike. Speaking of health crisis, I think MAGA Mike is a mess of stress. An absolute mess of stress as you would be probably surprised to hear this, but I kind of feel like MAGA Mike when he's lying, there's a little bit. Maybe he's not. Maybe MAGA Mike's not a full-on narcissist because there is a feeling of guilt. Yogi Bear. Do they have flag diapers? Gosh, I hope not. Yogi Bear. You know the MAGAs were the fans, the base. They were wearing diapers, saying real men wear diapers. We probably talked about that, right? So MAGA Mike, Seven of Swords, has stolen a lot. He's stolen a lot. He's been a traitorous person. The Four of Swords. He's feeling a little bit badly, and it's affecting his health. And we're going to find out an abundance of news about MAGA Mike. We are going to find out a lot. Look at me crying. Oh, poor MAGA Mike. Darren saying MAGA Mike's hair sure is looking great. A lot more gray. Yeah, I didn't notice that. I cannot stand to look at him. MAGA Mike betrayed God. Yeah, there's some guilt there. He's pretty tormented, and it's taking a toll on his health. I don't know if we'll know about that, but one thing is for sure, we're going to find out. Remember, Liz Cheney has the receipts about what, not just Liz Cheney, but she was friends with Mike Johnson. And the Ten of Cups is there's an abundance of information coming out about him. Yes, that's Terry's my producer tonight. I try to sequester her talents for me once a week. It's good. We get sound effects, we get slides. There's a slideshow at the end with the music of a song that I wrote years ago called New World. If you want to listen to my music, it's on my website. It's also on Spotify. The record title is I Feel You. The January 6th song and all I have some new ones, but if you want to listen to my old ones. Laws will change. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Dick Cheney knows everything. I agree with that. I've read on that before. Michael saying his pendulum. Oh, you have a pendulum. Cool. Johnson will have health issues from his stress. That's definitely, yeah. Exactly. You put it in a nutshell. That's exactly what I was saying. Johnson will have health issues from his stress, and he's gotten money. Yes, he's gotten money from Russia. Definitely he has. We are going to know. I'm going to ask the pendulum about that. Are we going to find out about MAGA Mike's nefarious activities? Yes. Will it be by the summer? Yes. Get ready, people. Tomorrow's June 1st, and the fireworks are starting. MAGA Mike's son is entering the United States Naval Academy. Yeah, so he's feeling a little embarrassed about showing up. He's very uncomfortable in front of the press. He's very uncomfortable. Michael's loving his pendulum. By the way, I've got speaking of pendulums, I'm having spiritual summer school. Terry, if you want to throw the slide up, it's a little small from my end, but go to my website, psychicannettedion.com. I do have one. Do I have a pendulum class there? Yes, class 5. You can take all 7 classes, or you can pick and choose. Prison dad joke: a criminal's best asset is his lie ability. It's not working for Trump too good anymore. Whoa. I'm really in the muck tonight with these disgusting traitors. Treasonous traitors. Wow. Oh my goodness. Michael's going to take some of these classes. Yay! Sign up for my classes. My classes are they're wicked fun. We have a great time. Russian money was funneled through MAGA Mike's church. Yeah, I've always seen that. Yeah, when people say, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. When people say Trump has dirt on people, I never get that that's the, I mean, he might, but I never pick up that that's what has a hold on them. Okay, Rose is putting the pendulum class on her calendar. Great. And sign up for a reading too. I've got plenty of space, plenty of room. You have a new phone. Good. Rose Blue has a new phone. I have a new phone too, but I haven't set it up. I did find my lost phone. It got dropped in the street, and the restaurant next door, they took care of it for me. So that was good. People are good. Let's think about all the good people that you know. All right, everyone's saying they're going to sign up for a class. Let's read on what's going to happen. What's going to happen between now and July 11th? I want you to know that Trump is heavily reliant on these billionaire donors right now in his mind. Darren's saying that Alito is a Catholic and the Supreme Court justices are Catholic, but actually, all right, actually, let's kind of get a perspective on that. Just like these people that are just exhibiting all this cruelty, saying they're Christians. Alito's not a Catholic in the true sense of the word, right? Okay, 3 cards about Trump between now and July 11th. What's that going to be like? Hang on, I dropped a card. Quick story, I dropped a card. So today, because I need a new table, I found a nice new table. It's an antique. It's a round table, just the right size. And my sister helped me to go pick it up, and it's like really perfect and everything. This is how my day went. And then we're like trying to get it up the stairs, and then it was such a strange kind of size that it got stuck. It got wedged in the hallway. And as we were trying to get it unwedged, it took a long time. We had to take the legs off and everything. The tabletop fell down the stairs and smashed it into 3 pieces. I need to find a furniture repair person. I just had to let it go. I'm gonna maybe get some more super glue. I'm reading on Trump between now and July 11th. Yeah, he's actually. Let me. Okay, I'm looking at what is going to be going on. The 7 of Cups. This is definitely about him feeling like he doesn't know what to do. And what he's going to be doing between now and July 11th is finagling and trying to. I'm not saying he's going to succeed. He's going to be trying to figure out how to get out of going to jail. And he's looking. I'm really feeling a big billionaire that Trump is looking to bail him out entirely. And I'm not sure. I don't know if it's an actual bailout, but the way that Trump's thinking right now is that money will save me. The way he's thinking right now, yeah, is that money will, and he'll change the narrative, yeah. Gorilla Glue and clamps. I need the clamps. Thank you, Cheryl, because I really loved the table. It was such a drag. The readings are not on Zoom. The readings are by phone. It's a lot easier for me to focus when the readings, as the psychic readings are by the phone. Just so you know. and it doesn't affect the reading. Okay. Hang on a second. Annette Dion is saying, was paid up front $3 million, turned from Dem to Republican, moved from New York City to Florida. Is it me tonight? I'm having trouble understanding what people are saying. It could be my brain. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Dale Johnson is saying maybe a billionaire will help him escape the country. I'm really seeing that Trump has his mind on somebody with mega billions. I just made that word up. Is it Saudi Arabia? Hang on. That's what he wants most. He thinks the only thing that he thinks, well, besides the gaslighting and the lying, the only thing that Trump thinks is his saving grace is mega billions. He's looking for a mega billionaire. They took his passport, so it's not going to be. I'm not talking about him going overseas. I'm talking about he's counting on money. I don't get that it's Elon. Is he looking at? It's not just a billionaire. It's a several billions. Oh, she's talking about Trump's lawyer being paid $3 million up front. Yeah, sorry, I didn't understand that. Okay. Is the mega billionaire somebody in the United States? It's somebody in the United States. No, he's not. They've taken his passport. He can't go anywhere. You guys heard that, right? I mean, maybe they didn't take it yet. Warren, do you know? We need lawyers. A mega billionaire that's interested in buying classified documents. Is that what it is? Is it somebody? No, this feels more like that we'll just support him. Not that he hasn't sold our secrets, because he has. Not as many as you would think is what I get. Is it Leonard Leo? No, not Leonard Leo. Who's the other one? Is it Harlan Crow? Is he hoping that Harlan Crow will give him money? No, it's not him. I'm not. Well, I did hear. Okay, this is what I did hear. The owner of PayPal, which makes me want to get. Is it the owner of PayPal that he's hoping? Bingo. Okay. I'm not remembering his name. And I really want to, after hearing this, I really want to bag PayPal. See, this is how they get you. Amazon's the same thing. This is how they get you. Yeah, but Donald Trump will have to surrender his passport. I just don't know when it is. Who's the one, Warren, that owns PayPal? Because that's what I'm picking up. I'm picking up the owner of PayPal. Yeah, I don't love PayPal either, but I don't love Jeff Bezos either for Amazon. But, you know, I need stuff, especially lately. You see Trump dressed up as an old woman leaving America. Maybe that's another lifetime. Oh, me, oh my, look at the time. All right. Is that his name? Is that... By the way, since we're speaking about PayPal, if you don't want to support PayPal and you want to book a reading, you can mail me a check. And then I'll just book you when I receive the check. And I promise I'll go to the post office more frequently. Yeah, we'll... Thank you, Donna. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And if you can't donate, I totally understand. I just appreciate you being here. But I really appreciate the donations too. PayPal, key people, John. Oh, I think that's okay. John Donahue. I'm not saying that this is going to work for Trump. What I'm reading on is what's on Trump's mind. And what I pick up on Trump's mind is the only thing that will save him is mega amounts of money. I want to say MAGA amounts of money. So the PayPal owner's name is Donahue. Is it Donahue? Yeah, I really feel that it is. What happens to people like Trump when they pass on? Where do they go? I've been asking that question a lot lately. Really strong that he's counting on Donahue. Boy, we've uncovered a lot tonight. We're going to read tea leaves. I'm one of the very few tarot readers who has a P.O. box. Is that true? And Darren, you use it often, and I appreciate that so much. Helps me buy groceries. Gosh. No, I already got it, Warren. I already got it. It's Donahue. Not that the others won't, but I'm just reading on who he has on his mind to help him to, because Trump thinks that money solves everything. Court dad joke: when the man was shot with a BB gun, the case ended up in appellate court. I can't take it. You just keep me coming back for more, you guys. Yes, I appreciate your generosity. I do. Why are you asking me, Yogi Bear, if I see Trump dressed up as an old woman? He's a mess. He's a mess. The largest institutional investors in PayPal include Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street. Yeah. They're trying to turn America into an authoritarian oligarchy. Just like Russia. Do I have a farmer's market in Gloucester? We didn't for a few years. And I kind of got on my soapbox about they need to get the community more involved. And I heard that they are having a farmer's market this summer, which is good. Ignore the typos. You got new nails and can't type for beans. Well, if I'm trying to read what somebody's saying in this typos and I can't figure it out, I'm trying to use my psychic energy for the reading. So it's okay. We do our best. Well, what we have here is a flamenco dancer. That's a flamenco dancer. Dance the night away. Who sings that song? Just popped in. I love farmers markets. Maybe I'll even do readings at the farmers market this year. We'll see. I've done that before. Okay, so we have a shovel. The guides are kind of saying just a couple of things personally. Don't forget to use the energy that we have all going on here. I mean, this is a very stressful. We're living through a very stressful time in history. So, you love the new tea leaves? It's the same tea, but it's just new tea. You see the Pisces sign? So this person dancing, see the legs? It's reminding us we need to shake it out. Oh, Van Halen, thank you. I might go listen to that afterwards. And there's a shovel. So the message is like, even though we're going through all the stress, we have to combine here's the shovel here. There's a shovel there. We have to combine the work with shaking it out, baby. Twist and shout, right? You think 45's guides gave up and quit? Well, someone's asking me what happens to people like Trump that are so horrible in their lives, and I think that people that are this cruel and horrible, I mean, coming back from being Mussolini, my psychic facts, coming back from being Mussolini and being Trump, what he's doing is he's forcing us to save democracy, not just for us, but for the rest of the world. And we are, and we will. But with these other horrible people like Greg Abbott and DeSantis and all those, I actually feel, and Marjorie Trader Green, I actually feel like because they make choices that hurt people, they come back as people in unfortunate circumstances. That's just what I feel. I'm not having judgment about it. That's just my sense. You're getting a community restaurant. Oh, that's great. Lots of people need a place they can eat out cheaply. You pay what you can afford and you pay back by volunteering in the kitchen. That's great. I love to hear that kind of stuff. Yogi Bear sees us dancing like it's 1999. Remember when 1999 seemed so far away? Good Lord. Okay. There's a cricket here. A cricket is a lucky symbol. That's what I see. And I do see a heart. And the next full moon, I don't have the exact date, but the next full moon we're going to see a lot of good things occurring. I feel like we're going to start to see more accountability. I feel like that this is just the tip of the iceberg. I see a bull sitting. Sometimes the tea leaves take different shapes. There's a bull sitting in a field there. So we do have to be grounded and patient. And what's so funny about my reading the tea leaves right now is, you know how they just blah 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 on the media, on cable news. I can't believe how many times they're saying, if we could read the tea leaves, if we could read the tea leaves. Joke for Damon, the only similarity between ancient times and the 1970s is that both were full of people getting stoned. But I'm bummed. That's funny. You see a cat looking at a smaller cat. Anyway, my overall sense is let's stay alert. Yes, I do have Venmo, Marby. Let's stay alert. Let's stay grounded. Thank you, Cheryl. Let's dance and sing. And yeah, that's what I have for now. But before I go, I want to just remind you that I'm available for your psychic reading. Kathy Beals available at empowermentunlimited.net. Provided she gets 2 readings, we'll do a show next Tuesday. I really need to flip my calendars. Next Tuesday would be the 4th. Next Tuesday is the 4th. We're into June. So psychicannetteDion.com. Please join us at grassrootsofdemocracy.com. We have a guided meditation on Tuesdays. We have a work session tomorrow. Please also check out at psychicannetteDion.com Summer Spiritual School and sign up for some classes over the summer. And please subscribe to my Substack. It's Grassroots of Democracy Group. We need subscribers on that. And when you join Grassroots of Democracy, you get that newsletter too. But I just need people to subscribe. We're going for another last dad joke. While stealing from a blood bank, the thief was caught red-handed. Someday I'm going to figure out a way to get all these jokes. And Terry, what else? Michelle just signed up for all. Yeah. Oh, it's really, really fun. Oh, when you become a member, you get an affirmation in your inbox every morning. Start your day off right. And every Sunday we have Church of Spirituality on at Church of Spirituality. So put that in the search bar on YouTube. 1:00 every Sunday. The sermons are awesome. The music is great. The community is great. We pray for our country. We pray for each other. Don't miss that. And I probably forgot something, but that's the way it is. And I will see you real soon. And thank you for all that you are doing. You guys rock. Be good to yourselves. Enjoy the nice weather. If you're getting nice weather, get outside. And if it's too hot during the day, then get out at night, safely. Okay. That's it. Namaste. See you soon. Be well. Stay tuned for the slideshow and my song.
I have sailed upon these waters, put my stakes into this land. There haven't been many others who can explore the way I can. I am a man of unconventionality, living on the edge of this reality, and I am here to lead the way. It is clear you'd be afraid. New world out there waits. New world out there waits. I have preached upon this mountain. People knew me well. I told them heaven can be found if we only look inside ourselves. I am a man of unconventionality, living on the edge of this reality, and I'm here to lead the way. It is clear you'd be afraid. New world out there waits. New world out there waits. We can follow all the others or discover a new way. Take some risks, find our courage on a new road we will pave. We can stand for unconventional.